Celeb relationships are oftentimes tenuous at best, and in truth, many of them end really badly. And some of them even end so badly that they're their own news story. Such was the case with Demi Lovato and Max Ehrich, because they went from a happy couple to one that broke apart in one of the weirdest and messiest ways around. So, how could it be that two people who clearly cared for one another in many ways went and broke up like they did?
Yeah, we don't really need to start a conversation.
Allow us to show you why Demi Lovato and Max Ehrich broke up. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Dancing with the Devil. Demi Lovato addressed her whirlwind engagement to Max Ehrich, as well as their sudden split, in her new documentary, Dancing with the Devil. The film included interviews with her friends and family, all saying they liked Ehrich at first and were happy for the couple. Then it showed a self-filmed video of Lovato just after they broke up in September. "My life is kind of flipped upside down. I am no longer engaged," she said to the camera. "I'm really sad that things ended the way they did. Good news is, I haven't picked up any hard drugs or anything like that. I'm hanging in there." The film then cut to another self-filmed video of Lovato from later that same night. This time, she was actively crying. "The video I made earlier wasn't an accurate representation of what I'm going through," she said. "I thought this whole time I didn't miss him. I just missed the person that I started quarantining with." Lovato explained her decision to break off the engagement in an interview. "I think I rushed into something that I thought was what I was supposed to do," she said. "I realized as time went on that I didn't actually know the person that I was engaged to." The I Love Me singer also told her friends that she felt fooled. "We were only together for 4 or 5 months, and honestly, it was false advertising," she said. "The hardest part of the breakup was mourning the person that I thought he was. I mean, I was just as shocked as the rest of the world at some of the things that were said and done." Shortly before they announced their split, old thirst tweets from Ehrich went viral, which saw him pining for multiple famous women, including Selena Gomez, Ariana Grande, and Miley Cyrus. It was reported that Lovato began to question Erich's intentions and suspected that he was using her to boost his own celebrity. 6 days later, Lovato released a self-loved ballad titled Still Have Me. Ehrich then accused her of using their breakup for a calculated PR stunt. "I was in love." Those were the words of Ehrich, and it kind of spoke to the mindset on things. "I was in love. The whole world should frickin' know it. I thought I found the real deal. Now I find out that I was used," he said during an appearance on Instagram Live. "But I hope the song's #1 because, you know what? If that's what someone wants in the material world, here you go. You have it," he continued. "I hope this makes you happy. Enjoy. You just lost someone who loved you fully, completely, infinitely, for everything." More recently, Lovato said she's too queer to be involved with a cisgender man right now. "This past year, I was engaged to a man, and when it didn't work, I was like, this is a huge sign. I thought I was going to spend my life with someone. Now that I wasn't going to, I felt this sense of relief that I could live my truth," she told Glamour. She echoed that sentiment in Dancing with the Devil, which premiered at South by Southwest this week. "There's so much more of me that I have yet to explore," she said. "I'm not willing to put a label on it right this second, and I think I will get there, but there's a lot of things I have to do for myself first." Recovery. Easily one of the biggest parts about this breakup was that she went from feeling at peace with everything in her world with Max, and then all of a sudden realizing that everything had essentially been a lie of sorts. A source close to the pop star confided to People, "It was very hurtful to Demi when she realized that Max's intentions weren't genuine," adding that breaking off the engagement was not an easy decision. Another insider explained that one of the stumbling blocks for the couple was going back to their regular lives after spending the entirety of the pandemic together. Demi and Max were basically together 24/7 for months. They lived in a bubble with zero stress and everything was just fun, the source said. Max shot up in fame and it's been hard. He's got wrapped up in Hollywood. Despite her whirlwind romance coming to an abrupt end, the source added that Demi is doing okay, and the breakup is a good thing. It was hard for Demi to admit she made a mistake when it came to Max. Another source who spoke exclusively to Us Weekly reiterated this sentiment, saying, Demi's feeling a sense of relief after seeing Max's true colors. She's in a really good place and already jumping right back into work and spending time with family and friends. Used. You never pressure me to be anything other than myself, Lovato wrote in a since-deleted Instagram caption announcing the engagement. And you make me want to be the best version of myself. I'm honored to accept your hand in marriage. I love you more than a caption could express, but I'm ecstatic to start a family and life with you. I love you forever, my baby, my partner. Here's to our future. It's sad that this message, one that was clearly made from a place of love, is not 100% irrelevant given how the two ended their relationship. And to some out there, it might seem odd that someone or anyone who simply gets with a famous person to get fame themselves, and yet it happens a lot more in Hollywood than people would care to admit. In fact, a great example of this comes not from Lovato, but Jennifer Lopez. She was in a high-profile relationship with baseball great Alex Rodriguez, and they too had a relationship that ended in an engagement, and then a sudden split. A source close to J-Lo noted that Alex had gotten used to the attention that he got when he was with J-Lo, even stating that it had become more about being with her in front of the camera versus just being with the woman that he loved. And that was a guy who has fame without J-Lo. Unlike Max, here he clearly needed Demi Lovato to be famous. In the beginning, Max was super careful about self-promotion and things with his career. But once they got engaged, he really hit the gas pedal and wanted to make the most out of his career opportunities. He felt more comfortable doing so after they were fiancés and had a little bit more of a leg up. There were many red flags she was ignoring and trying to turn a blind eye to, one source said, while another mused she doesn't trust him and thinks he's sketchy and feels Max proposed to get attention. That's apparently what he did, and now they're broken up. Though apparently he's tried to get back with her in his own deluded way. It hasn't worked, and she seems to be pretty well rooted in where she wants to be now. Demi's future. As for what is next for Demi Lovato, it's honestly whatever she wants. With her documentary out telling her side of the story about what happened with her and Max, it's clear she's ready to move on and try to be the person she needs to be. As for relationships, she's no doubt going to be careful about where she goes from here, because she definitely doesn't want to go and be in a position like she was with Ehrich again. It would be too painful for her mentally and emotionally. While this was a bad experience, at least she learned from it. And no doubt, she's going to ensure that nothing close to this happens to her again. So, what do you think? What do you think of this look at the reasons behind why Demi Lovato and Max Ehrich broke up and the fallout that came from it? Are you shocked that it all went down like this? Do you think it's sad that their relationship blew apart like it did? Where do you think both sides will go from here? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe and we'll see you next time on the channel.